Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Today I bring you news that has made the hearts of thousands of fans beat faster. One single word from Yaman has ignited a storm of emotions, hopes and rumors about his connection with Demet Özdemir. Today I bring you news that has made the hearts of thousands of fans beat faster. One single word from Yaman has ignited a storm of emotions, hopes and rumors about his connection with Demet Özdemir. It all happened in a simple scene. A street, an improvised camera, a curious journalist, and a direct question like lightning. Are you going to marry Demet Özdemir? Can paused for a moment, smiled, and dropped a bomb. Soon. That single word, spoken with a tone both playful and firm, was enough to set social media on fire. Without needing explanations, the message was clear. Something important is happening between them. Those who have followed this story from the beginning know it well. It has always been more than just acting chemistry. Looks, shared silences, and a bond that time could not break. This time, no evasions. It was a promise disguised as an insinuation, spoken not by the rising actor who once weighed every word, but by a mature man unafraid of his own feelings. Can spoke from the heart without fear. From Demet's side, there were no words but many signs. Recently, she has appeared calm, radiant, with that sparkle in her eyes that often says more than any ring. Her silence is not indifference, it is complicity. And the most romantic fans have already drawn their own conclusions. This is not a story of scandals or empty promises. It's a story that has endured with elegance. If a wedding is coming, it will be discreet, without noise. Because what is true doesn't need noise. Once a rising star can now seems to seek something deeper. And along this path, Demet's name has never disappeared. Perhaps because she represents not only love but also origin and roots. Fans have flooded social media with memories, scenes and songs. It's as if everyone is already celebrating something that hasn't yet been announced, but feels inevitable. A gesture, a word, and everything began again. With a simple phrase, Yaman revived a story that never died. Maybe there's already a ring hidden, maybe a letter written. Because those who truly love also plan silently. So, are we on the verge of one of the most anticipated love stories in show business? Perhaps. But even if no ceremony is on the horizon, what we've seen is enough to believe again. In a world where real love seems increasingly distant, one word is enough to remind us it still exists. And this time, that word came from Yaman. Demet Özdemir has always been seen by many as a woman who shined for her authenticity. An actress with overwhelming energy, a sincere smile, and a presence that connected with the audience's heart. But lately, there seems to be a kind of disconnection. Not only from her essence, but also from her audience. It's painful to say because there was a time when seeing her on screen meant truth, freshness and genuineness. What happened to that Demet? Many fans, as clearly expressed by @Merce_Fernandez-Rios 5798, believe her relationship with Yaman belongs to the past, if it ever truly existed. Each lives their own life, they no longer speak, they say. And while two people don't have to stay connected forever, what bothers is the silence. That tacit pact with forgetting, pretending nothing ever existed. As if the story once sold so strongly had no meaning. And that inevitably feels like disrespect, not only to each other, but also to those who believed in them. Demet has chosen to focus on her career in Turkey, dedicating herself to her professional projects. Yet, there's also a certain coldness in her public attitude, as if transparency is no longer a priority. Perhaps it's understandable. After so much exposure, gossip and scrutiny, anyone would want to protect their private life. But there's a big difference between legitimate protection and systematic erasure of the past. Where is the brave woman who once looked people in the eye and said, "This is me"? Reading comments like @TanaRosaRamo1984 addressed to Can, one can't help but feel the criticism applies to Demet as well. Why so many lies? Why so much game of appearances? In the end, both fueled this media illusion that brought them fame but now seems to weigh heavily. And that's where the audience's frustration comes from. We no longer want fiction in real life. No more marketing disguised as romance. We want authenticity. We want to know that the connection we once saw on screen wasn't just part of a contract or a PR strategy. Demet, with all her talent and beauty, still has the chance to rebuild that bridge with her audience. But she must stop acting once the cameras are off. It's not about exposing her private life, but restoring coherence between what she shows and who she really is. When the gap between the character and the person becomes too wide, something essential breaks. And what breaks can't always be fixed with a new series or magazine cover. The saddest part, as @VladislavazioB356 said, is that artists should be role models for young people, not just for their success but for their integrity. Lying, hiding, manipulating, even for commercial reasons, has consequences. Lying, hiding, manipulating, even for commercial reasons, has consequences. It's not just a matter of image, it's a matter of values. Demet, who once inspired many girls to be strong, independent, and authentic, now seems to have lost part of that strength that made her different. Demet, who once inspired many girls to be strong, independent, and authentic, now seems to have lost part of that strength that made her different. Where is the Demet who moved us with just one look? Maybe she's still there, waiting for a chance to shine again without shields or silences. But until that happens, a bitter taste remains. Because when you truly admire someone, you don't expect perfection, you expect truth. And that truth for now remains hidden behind a silence that speaks louder than 1,000 words.